Hello, welcome to the channel. I am ChrisMaster2K and today you are watching Campaign 3 from Railway Empire 2, Westward Advance. This is part 3 of the video. Part 2 of the video, we'd completed Phase 3 and Phase 4. And now we're just starting to do Phase 5. So we've built the dispatch hall. We need to get 4 clothing to Denver and we need to get 4 weapons to Camp Raton. We've already set up an express line between Omaha and Camp Raton as well. Now, some of you might remember I was having a bit of mouse trouble and screen drifting, so I've been away. I've put some fresh batteries in the mouse, and we're going to carry on where we left off. So how's my Omaha Camp Raton Express getting on? It's nearly there. It's nearly there.
Between our workers and the employees of the Denver and Rio Grande continue.
Just going to bump this up.
Now, this is about who can persist longer.
So now I've got the funds that'll get there a little bit quicker to complete that task. And then we can look at what else we can do to bump our income up. So after all that and the change of batteries in the mouse, nothing has changed and I still have this really annoying screen drift. Topeka, I'm going to put, I've got planks up there already, haven't I? I've got planks there, wood cloth there. What should I put in Topeka? So I've got my express line to Raton from Omaha. I'm just going to kill that. It's of no use to me now. I've completed the task. So can I improve my bonds at all? No. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to improve my express lines as much as I can. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to create another freight station in Topeka. And I'm going to bring freight directly into Topeka. And I'm going to try and remedy this line here so that I'm not having to have that crossing my freight. I'm going to bring this across onto 6, I think. Bring it across onto that's expensive.
Even in their own territory, our opponent cannot feel safe. Good job.
How many have you got there? You've got 4. Around about this point, whilst I was making the video, my next door neighbour started using their lawnmower. So when I checked back through the video, there was a lot of added sound in the background. I was hoping the microphone in the closed window would take care of it, but not to be. So anyway, I built a bypass around Topeka. This should now mean that all the corn trains trying to get to Kansas will use this bypass instead of dropping down onto the track between Topeka and Wichita. Okay, so let's do a bit of a timeout. Once we get 40 weapons down to Camp Raton, we unlock the whole of the south of the map. Now once we've done that, we have final phase, which involves Deming, but we've also got optional tasks. One of the optional tasks is to found 5 cities. Now we've already founded Dodge City, Oklahoma and Cheyenne. But if we could found another 2 cities before that unlocked, then we'll get a higher score because we'll have already got the time bonus for it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just bringing some track through. I'm going to bring that through all the way to Rock Springs. And then I'm going to send some freight trains down this line once I'm happy with it. And we'll get Rock Springs founded. So we're going to use North Platte as our depot, and we're going to set it to send over any freight. It's also probably going to help if we send in other things directly. So obviously it needs meat, and it needs wood, and it needs grain. So we're going to up the amount of meat that's going over. And we're going to send a direct meat line over to Denver while we're doing that. We'll also bring the planks through to Denver too. And I'm going to take advantage of the lumber supply that's here, and we're going to hook this in onto the line. And we're going to be able to send this up to Rock Springs, as well as being able to send it onto Grand Junction afterwards. And we'll put on a supply tower here, just to keep everything good. And the computer's finally decided to put a distillery in there for me. So I'm going to block the final thing for now in Wichita. And I'll think about what I'm going to put there. I may end up putting pottery manufacturing in there. And at this point my neighbour restarts his lawnmower. I have to add, I do love my neighbours, they're lovely people. I'm just trying to get this to be as economical as possible. Obviously because of our character, bridges and tunnels make something very, very expensive. I think for this line here I'm probably going to have to tolerate something in the shape or form of a bridge or a tunnel. But I'm just going to try and flatten things out as much as I can so I don't have the gradient. Ideally, I wouldn't have to do this post-production with the sound, but oh my goodness, the lawnmower sounds absolutely terrible on this video, and it gives this low rumbling which kind of spoils it, so here we are. So at this point I've delivered 24 loads of weapons to Camp Raton. That means another 16 are needed, or 2 trains of 8, and because they're going full that should fulfill it okay. Once that is done, then the south of the map unlocks. So if we can get everything sorted out by then, and by everything I mean the 5 cities founded, that's going to be very good. Here I'm contemplating what to do with my express line from Wichita to Dodge City, and in the end I try different combinations of it, and I just go for something that's simple. Use the line and the bridge that's already there. As you can see, the screen is drifting every time I'm trying to build line or connect line together, which is very, very annoying. And at this point I just make the decision that I'm going to go for it and try and get the city founded. It is extra money, but the second line's obviously a bit cheaper, I think all in all for Rock Springs to Grand Junction we've invested about $500,000. But points mean prizes. Well, they don't actually mean prizes. Points mean satisfaction at the end of the game. So I'm setting up a direct meat line here from Omaha. Obviously the wood can be local, but we'll get the grain from here and get that up to Grand Junction too. So North Platte's getting quite congested on the west side, so we're putting in extra platforms. We're going to do the same to the east side. Now there's a bit of forward planning when I laid the track originally. I've done this level a few times, and the line from Jackson Stop, I bring it out quite east of the station, and that's to allow for a bypass to go right the way around. So if needs be, I could send corn from Jackson Stop or grain from Jackson Stop straight down to Denver without the need to go through North Platte Station. That's better. So we're going to put a couple of additional express trains on. I'm going to fix the directions on the tracks. I'll make it worse before I've made it better, but never mind. So Kansas City's at 53% for what's supplied. It's very short of sugar, but then I haven't done anything with the sugar line since I had this game on pause, which was right at the beginning, if you remember. Remember this video, there's only one in-game pause where I'm actually going to do anything, and I've already done that at the beginning. So I'm going to double track this bit and make it 2 continuous tracks over to Wichita. Obviously the screen drift is not helping me, it's so annoying. And once we've got this double tracked, we're going to put some additional trains on it. Let's get another train over to Grand Junction then. Nothing here really catches my eye as something I definitely need, but maybe we'll have another auction at some point in the future and save a bit of money that way. We're just going to put on a direct train here and get the meat over, because we really do want these two cities founded. And here I'm contemplating a direct line between Topeka and North Platte. The passengers aren't actually getting from North Platte down to Topeka at the moment. It's a little black hole in the setup, if you like. And if you can get your line in, you can sometimes make some good money on the express. One of the things that's now dawned on me is that we're getting very, very close to the next phase, and I'm going to be needing to transport steel and transport chemicals down to Deming. And at the moment, I don't have a steel plant constructed. Sorry, I don't have a steel plant that's supplied, and I don't yet have a chems plant. So I need to do something about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring coal up here from Sawyer Terminal. And that's going to go straight into Denver. We're going to put it into the top Denver. We're going to try and keep this top Denver CM2K for freight. Obviously there is the express line from North Platte as well. And then we've got a Denver South, which we're going to keep for expresses. So we're going to start making chemicals in Dodge City now. So we'll get the coal from this stop here ready to go. And we're going to set up a train that's going to run full. Now obviously to start with it won't be able to do anything because I haven't built the chemical factory yet. But obviously once the factory is built, the coal will come through automatically. Okay, so time to get rid of the block on it, and we're just going to pop the chems factory there, and we'll just double check, make sure I've not blocked too many platforms. No, I haven't. It's the thing when you're playing with one pause, you end up compromising in terms of placement just to get things done. As you can see, I've only just noticed that I didn't have a gridiron on the east side of that station. I can't remember the last time I did anything on that station. One thing we need to make sure is that we're going to keep the chems in Dodge City. We don't want them going to Wichita just yet, even though Wichita would benefit from them. We want them to be going down to Deming once the south of the map opens up. And I also need to get iron ore flowing down to Denver. Now there is a slightly closer iron ore station, but one of the reasons we built the express line where we did up to Raton and Omaha was so that we can just drop down from the iron here from Lee Station onto the old line. Now when I originally set this line up, it was carrying fruit and wood from Taylor Rest towards North Platte, and the demand wasn't super high. Obviously now with the cities growing, the demand for fruit is much bigger, so I need to do something about that. And there's a similar problem going in Kansas City, where the fruit's just not getting through. So let's have a look down here. Yeah, so maintenance depot would definitely have helped. If we check out the line here, let's see where our train is. Ah, yeah, it's there.
Hey, breakdown.
Need to do something about
You
that.
should really keep your trains in better shape.
Somewhat annoyingly, there's lots of fruit here ready to go, but I've just not managed to stay on top of it. Best put some maintenance on the milk line before the same thing happens. What we're going to start doing here, just to save a little bit of time later, is we're going to build a bypass line around Camp Bratton. Now sometimes the computer, the orange line will be extended through this valley at the top. So it's to your advantage to get this done as early as possible, because then trying to build round something that they've built, it becomes very, very tricky. So I'm just trying to keep my gradients here as flat as possible. Obviously we are going uphill, so let's not be too unrealistic about it. But we should be able to get something that's a little bit more sensible. So I've got a 4, 5 and a 6%. I think I'll just accept that. So these are final ones on the way. Yep, they are. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick comfort break now, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the video today. Remember to comment, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.